Well, hello again, everyone. Back out here in the garage. As I said in the last video, I got the cab generally set down, did my measurements, did some adjusting and stuff, so pretty darn close. I don't want to get too gung-ho yet on getting everything finally set and stuff for the cab, because I may, as I said before, I may have to go forward, backwards, whatever with the front clips. So today I got the core support, I guess for lack of a better term, or that crossover piece cut out from the Crown Vic, or unbolted actually, and the rest of the stuff off. And now I'm going to be cutting off the, I don't know what like this crossbar is called on it, and the frame rails. So on the other ones that I've done, because I just kind of set the front clip up against all of this, fenders and all that kind of stuff, which actually is sitting clear over there. So I took it off all in one piece this time instead of taking it off all in pieces, which is really nice. So anyway, so what we're doing is, on all the other ones, I've cut just ahead of the radiator and condenser and stuff. So about right there, I cut off. This is actually angled, so you end up having to kind of angle it off and stuff. I think the last one I did, I actually went between these two, which was nice because then it gave me room to make my own mount, because the grill is like right up against. I take the core support, radiator core support out of the F100 because you end up hacking it all to pieces anyway. So why put it in there? I got square tubing, so the other two I've made a frame system on for the front end coming back, and then even kind of some framing that runs back over here, because with the way the wheels and stuff set, you have to cut most of the inner fender out on the F100, and that's not super structural, but it is a little bit. I mean, they bolt up there and it runs across to the fender. So the last one I did, I actually right at I think right about here where the corner fender is, I ran a piece of square tube all up and tied it and welded it to there up inside, so that it creates a lot more rigidity and stuff over here. But I mean, it's all just kind of sheet metal hanging. Yeah, it's definitely structural stuff, but like I said, you just hack the core support all up anyway, and then weld in to block off and stuff. So I don't know, to me personally, I just figured I can make a tube front and stuff. Just as a side note, eventually I'd like to just do like a whole tube chassis type front end thing on one of these, and just kind of hang the sheet metal on it, make the tubing stuff underneath be what's structural, and otherwise everything else just kind of hanging on it like they do with some of the other hot rods with the fiberglass front ends and all that kind of stuff with it. So because really it's just sitting on there anyway, and you guys have seen people get in accidents and stuff. The stuff all crumples up anyway, so it's not like you're gonna keep it from doing that by having all this stuff. So anyway, so this time though, however, what I wanted to show was I'm doing a different. You can see I've already cut out there, that connects there, but I already cut that. So I'm just going to cut the frame rails right here. I am not worried at all about creating issues with the radiator support, because it's still got this arm coming over here and tying to these two, and as you can see that line, I cut across that already. I'll trim this a little bit more and actually probably run a piece down depending on how it feels once I get all of the bracket stuff in here. But the reasoning I'm doing that is then I'll be able to either put a plate across here and then come off of that stuff to make my support system and everything to it, or be able to stick tubing inside of it and come out. It just has a lot more options to me than cutting it out here. I don't have a whole lot of room. And then this is if you cut here and you're trying to build bracking system to come out here to the fenders and stuff, which I did before actually. I've cut that before and used that to tie in over here to bracing that I made that came up into the fender up and down this way and stuff. I know it's probably not real clear with my fingers and stuff doing it, but you can imagine. I have the little drawing lines like the kids' as Nickelodeon cartoons do. So I feel like I'm on Blue's Clues. But yeah, so if we're cut here, that gives me all of this room, because the grill sits right here almost up against the creator effect. I had to create some bushings for it on the last one I did, but so it sits here, so that gives me all this room to figure out how to make something. As well as one thing I found on the last one is I get everything all on and stuff, and I really honestly kind of spaced the whole, oh yeah, there has to be a bumper and stuff here with it. So This will also allow me to be able to come down and over and stuff, just create a little better mounting system, and honestly sturdier and safer mounting system too for the bumper. That is the one thing. Now, like I said, up here I'm not super worried about it. This is not a drag race car or anything. I'm not anticipating hitting walls at 90, 100 miles an hour or whatever and stuff. At the very most, I would like to run it for the autocross play and stuff, but you know, nothing major with it. So I don't really feel like I need super reinforcement coming all through here, you know, a full tube front end and all that kind of stuff, or square tube. But now down here, if I can tie the bumper bracket and stuff into the frame rails in the chassis and stuff, then that'll be nice, because that's obviously when it's going to hit first and help take some of that up with it. So it's an idea. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, is cut right here, so that'll give me all that room to make brackets and mounting and make a better square surface to mount the framing, which you'll see. I know it may be hard now, but basically I'll have a frame system that comes up, and a big rectangular frame system that the whole front end will kind of mount to and stuff, and like I said, maybe tie into there and over there with it. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. So I'll cut that and then show you guys that later on. So yeah, there we go. V-Power! Vroom.